College Algebra, Lesson 1.4. We're going to be taking we're going to be factoring these binomials, and the property that we're going to use is a property that says if you have a binomial and there's a difference and they're both comprised of cubes, you can factor that by taking the cube root of both numbers or both terms here, and that'll give you the a and the b, and then keep the minus. And then take your a and your b term that has been simplified and square a plus a times b plus b squared. This process will factor this binomial into what it used to be before multiplication. Also, we have that a cubed plus b cubed is factored by first taking the cube root of both terms. That'll give you your a and your b, and then you have a sum between. And then the rest of the factor will be a squared, a minus sign, a times b, then plus the b term here squared. So let's use this. Okay, this right here is the difference of two cubes. This process right here. So I'm going to take the cube root of both sides to get the or both terms to get the a. So the cube root of this will be x, and the cube root of 125 is 5. This is my a, and this is my b. Now that I know what my a and my b are, I'm going to find a squared, which is x times x, which is x squared, plus a times b, which is x times 5, that's 5x, and then plus b squared. B is 5, so 5 times 5 is 25. And that is factored. Now, number 4, same conditions. All these terms are cubes, or perfect cubes, and these are also perfect cubes. So this is fitting this right here because we have a difference or a negative sign. So let's take the cube root of all the terms in order to get our a and our b. So the cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of x to the 6 is x to the third, x to the second. The cube root of 27, put a negative there, is 3, and the cube root of y to the third is y. This is my a and this is my b. Then a squared would be 2 times 2 is 4, and x squared times x squared is x to the 4th, plus a times b will be 2x squared times 3y. That will be 6x squared y. Okay, furthermore, b squared will be 3y times 3y, which is 9y squared. Okay, now let's look at the sum of two cubes. Okay, the sum of two cubes will follow this pattern right here. Let's bring that down a little bit. We'll follow this pattern right here. So first, again, we need a and b. We get that by taking the cube root of both terms here. The cube root of x cubed is x, plus the cube root of 64 is 4. This is my a and my b term. Okay, we take our a term, we square it. So x times x is x squared, then a negative, and then a times b, which is x times 4, which is 4x, and then plus the b term squared. Well, 4 times 4, that is 16, and that is factored. And next, number 6. These are all perfect cubes, and these are perfect cubes with a sum in between. So this is an example of this type of binomial right here. We'll factor it into these two binomial times a trinomial. So let's take the cube root of 125, which is 5, the cube root of x to the 9th power, which is x to the 3rd power, the cube root of y to the 6th, which is y to the 2nd power, plus the cube root of 8, which is 2, and the cube root of z to the 3rd power is z. Okay, then from there, I think I'm going to be out of room. Let's multiply here and start the parentheses way over here. So next we need our a term squared. Let's bring that down. Our a term squared. So since this is our a term, 5 times 5 is 25. X to the 3rd times x to the 3rd is x to the 6th. Y squared times y squared is y to the 4th. Then minus sign. And then a times b, which is 5x cubed y squared times 2z, will be 10 x cubed y squared and z. And then plus sign is next. And then b squared, which is 2z times 2z, which is 4 z squared.